This is how I found out he didn't initially tell me first. You didn't. I learned about it on freaking social. The girl said she had receipts, she was going to send it to the shade room, and I came to you, and I told you. Tell you that's how I found out this was very much so recent. And so it wasn't very much so recent. It's been about a year ago. It was very recent. That's recent. Very recent. That's recent. So instead of my husband taking possibly a courteous approach and taking ownership for what he had done, he blamed it on me and came home and said, "So you going to help me, or what now?" If you've been keeping up with the show, you already know Dr. Heavenly Kimes is no stranger to controversy, whether she's dragging her castmates or dishing out her own twisted version of tough love. She knows how to keep the cameras hooked, but recently the drama surrounding her has reached a whole new level. Rumors are swirling about her husband Dr. Damon Kes. And let me tell you, these aren't your run-of-the-mill gossip tidbits. We're talking about whispers of a younger white mistress, a claim that's got the Married to Medicine fandom clutching their pearls. And if that wasn't enough, some of Dr. Heavenly's past comments and behaviors are starting to look a lot more suspicious. C-sections are common, and the creatine and sugar are just too big to miss, except for the small moment like that. So stick around, because this ride is about to get messy, and trust me, you don't want to miss a single twist. It's about priorities. It's the same. What's your prior priority? For me, it's always been my family. It's always been God first, then family, then everything else. And that's why I chose the industry, cause I want to be a wife and the mother. I didn't want to be on call. I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, and I set my own hours. I'm able to work 3 days a week and still have time for the other things, you know. And if the man's going to work, everybody can't be in the streets at the same time. Everybody can't be at the workplace at the same time. Somebody got to take care of the house, you know. And for me, this just me. I ain't talking about nobody else. I wouldn't not want my husband to be the one to be the homemaker. That's just not what I would like. He got to have a check, baby. You got a traditional right, and I don't think he would be happy if he was not bringing home, you know what I mean. Yeah, absolutely, to take care of his family. I think that's important to him. So Dr. Heavenly has always painted this picture of a perfect marriage, but is it really as great as she makes it out to be? If you've watched Married to Medicine, you know she's always raving about her husband Dr. Damon Kes. She calls him daddy, and talks about their strong connection like it's unbreakable. In her eyes, he's the chill one who balances out her vibe. But here's where things get a bit sketchy. Dr. Heavenly has said she would stick by Damon no matter what, even if he cheated. Hold up, why would she say that unless she's thought about it? It's not something you just throw out there unless it's crossed your mind. Fans are starting to wonder if she's hinting at something, plus her constant praise for Damon is starting to feel a bit over the top. Is it possible that behind closed doors things aren't as perfect as she wants us to think? Relationships that seem too good to be true often have their secrets, and it looks like Dr. Heavenly's might be no different. Now let's get to the part that's got everyone raising eyebrows about Dr. Damon. Rumors of a younger white mistress. This all kicked off when Mariah Hook, the queen of receipts, dropped a bomb during one of the show's reunions. She claimed she knew Damon's type and hinted he might prefer white women. And let's be real, Mariah doesn't just throw stuff out there without backup, though she didn't spill all the tea this time. Good to know. So much to be discussed on a context like this. Rumors had it Damon had 5 RYB backs and spilled the tea this time. Fans jumped on Mariah's hints, wondering what kind of receipts she might have. Could it be texts, photos, or even an account of Damon's alleged cheating? The fact that she didn't share her evidence left everyone speculating, and social media went wild. Some fans think Mariah held back to protect Heavenly's marriage, while others believe she's just keeping the drama alive for future seasons. And it's not just Mariah stirring the pot. Other cast members have hinted that Damon might not be as innocent as he seems, while no one has outright confirmed the mistress. Rumors, comments from Dr. Contessa Meth and others suggest there's more to the story. For instance, Contessa made a comment about mixed babies, and even though she didn't name Damon, it definitely made fans wonder if she was throwing shade. On top of that, social media is buzzing with theories. Some fans think Damon's quiet nature is just a way to deflect attention from any shady business. Others believe his low-key vibe means he's hiding something. And then there's Dr. Heavenly's defensive reactions whenever their marriage comes up. She's quick to shut down any criticism or rumors, which only makes people think she's trying to cover something up. Right now, the mistress rumors are just rumors, but with all these claims popping up and Heavenly's own comments about infidelity, it's hard to ignore the possibility that there's some truth to it. The big question is, will the receipts ever come out? And if they do, what will that mean for Dr. Heavenly and Damon's so-called perfect marriage, but hold on, this story gets even wilder when you start connecting the dots, man. Like we can't be sisters cause we argue. I'm sick of it, man. I'm trying too hard. You are you trying for the I see we've been acting like this for what, 6 years? It ain't always right. I'll be the first one to say I'm only if you could forgive her for the lies she told on you and the fights she, yes you did, you know you did. Come on now, we never had a conversation, but for you to forgive her we should all be able to, we all going to be able to. Music. Forgive. Let's talk about some moments from Dr. Heavenly's past that might seem minor at first, but could actually hint at some serious issues in her marriage. First up, there's that wild frying pan story. Dr. Heavenly confessed to hitting Dr. Damon in the head with a frying pan early on in their marriage. She said it was because he came home late after hanging out with his frat buddies, but let's think about that for a sec. Why go to such extremes unless there's more going on? She mentioned she was cooking eggs at the time, which raises some eyebrows since it sounds like Damon didn't get home until the next morning. Fans are speculating that frat brothers might just be a cover for something else he was up to that night. Then there's the spaghetti joke that had everyone gasping. Dr. Heavenly once joked about putting something special in her husband's spaghetti to keep him from leaving her. For those who don't know, there's this creepy old tale about women using bodily fluids and food to cast love spells. Whether she was just joking or not, it's definitely a wild thing to say and has fans wondering if she's willing to go to crazy lengths to keep her marriage in check. Now let's not forget some of the comments from other cast members, like Dr. Contessa's mixed babies remark. She didn't name Damon, but it was pretty clear she was throwing shade at someone in the group. Combine that with Mara's comments about Damon's type, and it starts to look like there might be more to the story, even if these were just offhand comments during heated moments. They've got fans curious about what's really going on, but from what I'm learning, it's time to go from whispers to fan talk. Damon's going to have to shake things up and just out lie. When you put all these moments together, the frying pan incident, the spaghetti joke and the shady remarks, it's hard not to see a pattern. They all hint at some underlying issues in Heavenly and Damon's marriage that they've been trying to keep under wraps. Whether it's cheating, control issues, or something else, it's clear their relationship isn't as perfect as it looks. And while we're at it, let's talk about Dr. Heavenly and her double standards. I love me, you know what, I don't care, you know what I'm saying. Your mama don't mean anything to me. It's very surface, it's very petty, it's very childish. She know I didn't mean that, so y'all could take it every whatever the hell y'all want to. Whatever. If you've seen even one episode of Married to Medicine, you know she has no problem calling out everyone else's relationships. She's quick to accuse Mariah of lying about her husband's fidelity and drags Dr. Simone for her marriage problems. Heavenly is always ready to dish out her version of the truth, but when it comes to her own family, she's a whole different story. She's super protective of her husband and kids, and does everything she can to keep up a perfect image. She shuts down any talk about trouble in her marriage, and if someone challenges her, she gets defensive real quick. Fans are starting to notice this double standard. Take her relationship with Mariah, for example. Mariah helped Heavenly get on the show, yet Heavenly has shown her zero loyalty. Instead, she's constantly attacking Mariah's credibility and dragging her name through the mud. The irony is that Mariah is one of the few cast members willing to call Heavenly out on her behavior, and that seems to hit a nerve. The hypocrisy doesn't end there. Heavenly has built a reputation for being straightforward, but when the spotlight's on her, she dodges accountability, whether it's brushing off rumors about Damon or downplaying her questionable comments. She's a pro at deflecting. This double standard is a big reason why fans are starting to scrutinize her relationship more closely. When he spends so much time tearing down other people's marriages, it's no surprise that viewers start looking for cracks in your own. And with all the rumors and past incidents, those cracks are